warm welcome Paul Neeson to the New Life family. It's the first time we've met. And Paul Neeson.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. It's working?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Paul Neeson, and it's good to be home. I travel all over the world teaching raw food, diet, and lifestyle. I'm from Brooklyn, if you couldn't guess that. And it's good to finally be back to somebody where people can understand me. But when I was 19 years old, I was diagnosed with inflammatory bowel disease, also known as ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. My doctor said that there was no known medical cure, and at 20 years old, she told me I was a high risk for colon cancer, and by the time I was 30, I would probably have it.
Another mess.
Exactly, but she said, don't worry, there's a cure for colon cancer. And I said, there's no cure for colitis, but there's a cure for colon cancer. And she said, if we cut out your colon, you can't get colon cancer. And I didn't like that answer, but at that time, I didn't know there was any other choice. So I did everything my doctor told me to do just short of cutting out my colon, but I wasn't getting better, I was getting worse. So I thought, maybe this doctor isn't good, so I went to other doctors. And I did everything they told me to do to get better, but I wasn't getting better, I was getting worse. And then I got wise. I started doing the opposite of what the doctors told me, and I got better. And what I found out that is health doesn't begin with what we add to our diet, it's what we eliminate. Eliminate the things that are causing a problem, and the problem will begin to go away, and then you can start incorporating things that'll help you. Now, what I found on a raw food diet after I got well from my condition, I started to go around teaching and interviewing people that have been eating this way for a very long time. And that's when I met Victorious and Brenda and many other people that have been eating a raw food diet for many, many years, some of them up to 40 or 50 years. And I interviewed them, and they all had the same things in common. Raw, ripe, fresh, organic, living foods is what we all need as the best, highest quality food source for our bodies. However, what I have found is the majority of people that switch to a raw food diet are not thriving the way they should be, because we need to understand diet is a tremendous important part of the picture, but it's not diet alone. And I don't care how well you're eating, if you're not paying attention to the other components, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual aspects, you're not going to be as healthy as you can be. Diet is an important part of it, but stress is even a more important part of it, and people are mostly getting stressed trying to achieve a 100% raw food diet. You do not need to be 100% raw to be healthy. You need to be consistent, and eat. The majority of your diet has to be high quality food. And I wrote a book called The Raw Life, which is those interviews with those people, and then somebody told me that the Bible was a great health book, and to prove him wrong, I read it, and I found a whole bunch of information that I've gotten from those interviews right there in the scriptures. So I wrote another book called Health According to the Bible. And then I wrote a book based on Arnold Ehret's formula for health, formula for life, called The Formula for Health. And my newest book that's coming out next month, which I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, is called The Daylight Diet. Because I also found out it's not just what we eat, it's when and how we eat it. And I don't care if you're eating high-quality raw food. If you're eating at midnight and overeating, you're not going to be as healthy as you can be. And the biggest addiction we have today, believe it or not, is not eating cooked food. It's not cooked food. It's eating late at night. And I see many people in the raw food movement overeating and eating late at night. They're stressed out because they're worried about what's on TV. They're worried about swine flu and everything else. And they're not getting the benefits that they can from the raw food. So we need to pay attention to all these things if we want to be healthy. The food is simple. Eat the food raw with its enzymes. Don't overdo it. Eat it at the right times. And that's fine from the diet standpoint. But there's many more components to this, which I'll be speaking about. And we really need to get this. But I tell everyone right here, if you want to be the healthiest person in this room, you go to the most popular doctor you can find. And whatever they say, do the opposite. You'll be pretty healthy. Now, that's not, not all doctors, by the way, any doctors here? No. Not all doctors are bad. Some doctors are amazing. Emergency room doctors, case of spinal cord injury. But if we're going to put something in our body to create an illness, the answer isn't taking some drug to deal with the pain. The answer is to eliminate what caused the problem. That's where health begins. So that's what we have to do. And when I eliminated my doctor, I started to feel better. And just let me clarify before I finish, because I'm from Brooklyn, I want to clarify, I didn't like eliminate my doctor. I just stopped going to visit her. So thank you.
You know, to the Bible as a very authoritative source of health information, and yet there's meat slaughtering and meat eating that is found in this book.
Okay, the question is that in going to the Bible to learn about eating, why is there so much slaughtering and meat eating in the Bible?
Should I stand?
Yeah.
Well, many people make the mistake of just reading certain parts of certain things, but they don't read the whole text around it. The Bible is not a book about diet, and it's not a book about killing animals. There's a whole story from beginning to end. And if you read the whole story, it's what we've all come here to accomplish, a higher conscious. And during that process, that's what once took place. But if you know the ministry and the good news of Yeshua, Jesus, when he came, that stopped. And this is where we are now. So that was the past, and we could always look back on what was in the past, but it was a transgression where we are today, where it's no longer part of that. So we have to read all of the text to get the full story. And I highly recommend everyone read it because it's the greatest health book ever written, in my opinion. And all the stuff we talk about with diet and health and all that is in there. But that's your answer. It's a full story, and if you're just going to take out one part, you're going to miss the rest of it. So
And God did say about the fruits and vegetables.
We're here in New York City at the Raw Food Expo, and there's a lot of raw food speakers here in my hometown, New York City. I just flew in today. Action!
Oh, cool! This is one of my favorite books in the world, and when I have every raw food book out that there is, and absolutely, this is my favorite book.
And that's The Raw Life.
The Raw Life by Paul Neeson.
Do you read it often?
I read it all the time. It's one of those books you can just keep on reading and never get sick of because it's funny and it's just so helpful.
And I didn't pay you to say that.
No, of course
good,
not.
good,
of course
great.
not. Just happened to be wandering by and saw the book.
Another satisfied customer. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. And what's your favorite book?
Oh no, this one. This one's really good. This one, Raw Knowledge.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite book.
Great. And you read it all the time,
I read
right?
it like 3 times a week.
And that's why you're so skinny, because you eat raw food all the time.
That's right.
And you don't eat at night.
I never eat at night. I stop at 6 o'clock.
Great. All right. And I didn't pay you to say that.
No, you didn't.
Great.
No.
And it's 6. You stop at 6 p.m. not 6 a.m.
No,
Not 6 a.m.
No, 6. I eat from 12 to 6.
Wonderful.
What do they got over here?
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Way to go. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, we miss you guys.
Hey, what's up?
Oh no, not the
David, what's your favorite book?
My favorite, Paul's favorite book?
What's your favorite book?
I gotta say,
Really?
Great.
No, I haven't read
Great.
this, to be honest.
I gotta come out with a book titled This One. Great. With different colors.
I'm being honest. I haven't read that one.
He's the best.
Which one have you read?
I've read all of them minus this one. This is the newest one. I haven't read this one.
Yes.
I don't believe I don't have
That's the one before the last.
I have
That's
to
the
admit,
one
this,
before.
this is my favorite. It's the original.
That's my
Okay,
favorite.
great. Hold that up again.
That's my favorite. That's what got me started.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, me too. Are you
Wonderful.
serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Me too, actually.
something
After she read it, she gave it to me.
Got us all
Wonderful.
started.
Alrighty. Thank you. All right.